Hey guys, it's your boy I'm Supreme bringing you some Battlefield 3. I was playing this game on PC. I did fairly well for myself. I'm fairly new to PC, so my rank isn't as high as it was on Xbox when I first played it. I was a rank 100 Colonel, so ultra tryhard. I still have a lot of fun playing Battlefield 3, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Battlefield 5. I want to talk about what I want to see in Battlefield 5. A lot of people like Battlefield 4, and you know what, to be honest, I was not a fan of it. You know why I wasn't a fan of it? I felt like they overdid it. One of the problems games have is not having enough content, but there's no doubt that Battlefield 4 had more than enough content. I felt like they overdid it in a sense. One way they did it was they just had too much of too much things. That sounds stupid, but let me get into that. One reason I hated Battlefield 4 was they ruined air vehicles for me. I used to love Battlefield 3. I used to love it when I'd get in the jet or I'd get into the helicopter and I could just go on these sprees. And in Battlefield 4, you can't do that. You know why? Because everybody and their fucking mama has a rocket launcher for you waiting, and there's just so much shit that can get you down, and it's not like, you can evade them, or, some might argue and be like, well, you're not that good of a pilot, but, to be honest, like, you get hit once, and you're down, you're just fucking down, you know what I'm saying, unless you're like this fucking pro pilot that you just fly away and shit, but, chances are you're not this fucking pro player. What I want to see in Battlefield 5 is I want to see more linear maps. One reason I really liked Battlefield 3 was I felt like the maps were so good, dude. Just the fucking maps were so good. I'll just bring up an example. Cien Crossing, okay? It had 3 lanes when you really think about it. Okay, there's one left side and middle through those houses and the right side. It was 3 lanes, and that's what made it really good. It was fun for competitive. People might say, oh, you can't play Battlefield 3 competitive. I want to say that there's this formula that games like Call of Duty use, and even Counter-Strike, if you look at a lot of the maps, that they use the same thing, where they use this 3-lane concept. When they make their maps, it just makes it a lot more competitive and a lot more fun to play over and over again. I feel like a Counter-Strike does too. You know how much... you know how many times that shit is played a day? I can only imagine, dude. But really think about it. There's the far left side, far right side, in the middle. Okay, it's super competitive. Sure, there's more than one entry, but for the most part, it's 3 lanes. So basically what I want them to focus on is the competitive side. I feel like Battlefield has a place in the competitive community. I really feel like if they made the game correctly and they focused on balance and they didn't overdo it, I would really love them to make a separate competitive game. I don't want them to skip all Battlefield 5 in general, but I would really like a side game to play that would give me the Battlefield element. Like, I don't know if a lot of you guys play this, but Squad Rush, that game was super fun. It was super competitive. It was like 5v5 or something, but it was just so much fun because it gave you a big map and it gave you an objective, and a lot of the times if you were the better person you would win, and it had to do with skill, it had to do with recoil, it had to do with map placement, and it was just super fun. But I feel like they need to get into the esport community because of how big it is becoming. I feel like it's just a really big missed opportunity if Battlefield doesn't hop on this. But really what it comes down to, this is all my opinion. A lot of you might have different opinions, so if you'd like to comment that and have a discussion down below, leave me a comment and I'll reply back to you, and we talk about what would you like to see in the next Battlefield 5 game, or Battlefield game in general. Maybe it's a new hardline. I hope to God it's not, but maybe it's a new competitive game like I'm wishing for. But what would you like to see? Anyways, it's your boy I'm Supreme, signing off.
Seeing a bunch of people hop on Destiny that I didn't see feel like it's good for me. What?
Right now.
I just might have to hop back on the Warlock after we get finished just because It's too fucking easy.